Town International District. Around 9:40 last night, officers responded to the 12th Avenue South and South Lane Street where they found two men shot. Police Chief Sean Barnes tells KIRO 7 TV.
What we know is that there was some type of disturbance between two groups of people, at which time someone pulled out a weapon and fired that weapon.
One person died at the scene. The other was rushed to Harborview in serious condition. Homicide detectives are now working to uncover exactly what led up to the violence. In West Seattle, just a few hours earlier, a man is now recovering after being shot multiple times in broad daylight. KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman has more.
On 27th Avenue Southwest, gunfire erupted in the neighborhood.
Upwards of over 20 rounds.
Seattle police say when they arrived, they found a 31-year-old man shot multiple times in his left arm and leg. But the suspect, nowhere to be found. When detectives started collecting the shell casings, they came to the conclusion more than one weapon was used.
They found multiple rounds, so of different calibers here. So this is a pretty compact area, and for somebody to open fire over in this area is just reckless.
And they say some bullets hit a nearby building, plus two vehicles on the street.
A WSU football player was shot at a party early Sunday morning, and police suspect the UW student pulled the trigger.
Redshirt freshman Sone Falialo was shot in the stomach during a fight early Sunday morning. He's expected to make a full recovery. Investigators are searching for UW student Ja'Cory Buchanan, who's accused of pulling a gun and firing during the brawl. According to court documents obtained by KIRO 7, Falialo said he'd been asked to help with security at the party and that the fight broke out when the suspect assaulted a girl in the backyard. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
An attorney representing the alleged shooter provided a statement to KIRO 7 TV asserting that Buchanan's actions were solely in self-defense, claiming he intervened to shield his cousin from a hate-motivated attack. KIRO 7 TV's Elle Thomas reports Buchanan's cousin is in critical condition at Tacoma General.
Buchanan's car was recovered in SeaTac, and his attorney tells us they are working on getting Buchanan back to Pullman so he can turn himself in. Right now, Buchanan is facing assault charges in Whitman County. The attorney intends to contest those.
Amazon's popular Prime membership plan is set to face scrutiny in a Seattle courtroom today. CBS's Jesse Missel has more.
Amazon is facing a jury trial in Seattle focusing on allegations by federal regulators that it duped customers into signing up for Prime membership and made it difficult to cancel. The FTC alleges Amazon was part of what it called a years-long effort to trick millions of customers into automatically renewing Prime subscriptions.
Amazon denies those accusations. A new lawsuit says Zillow's home tour buttons could cost you more money. It was filed Friday in federal court in Seattle. The complaint says Zillow's Flex program quietly funnels buyers to certain agents. Those agents pay Zillow a 40% cut of their commission. The lawsuit claims buyers don't know and end up overpaying. According to the Puget Sound Business Journal, it accuses Zillow of violating state and federal consumer laws. Zillow says the lawsuits misrepresents how exactly the system works. In Thurston County, Sheriff Derek Sanders is raising concern about proposed budget cuts that could slash his department's funding. Here's KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay.
In a social media post, Sanders says all county departments were asked to draw up budgets with 26% cuts. Sanders says that's unrealistic and would set things back in terms of jail capacity and response times to the levels of the 1970s. He blames inflation, rising costs, and unfunded mandates for the shortfall. At least 12 corrections deputies are expected to be cut with the end of the county's work release program. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
A county spokesperson released a statement which reads in part, Thurston County is facing a $36 million general fund deficit in 2026. The Board of County Commissioners is making the difficult decisions that it takes to continue living within our means. And now for your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. Everett to Seattle right now about 32 minutes. Linwood to Seattle 15. Marysville to Seattle about 32 minutes. And for your KIRO News Radio forecast on this Tuesday morning, we're starting off with a few low clouds, but we'll have afternoon sunshine with highs again in the low 70s. Right now, it's about 51 in downtown Seattle. Coming up, CBS business analyst Jill Schlesinger explains the importance of life insurance coverage. That's next. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This hour of Seattle's Morning News is brought to you by Closets by Design Seattle. Looking for even more Seahawks content? Then you gotta check out The Reset. Hey, it's G. Scott, and every week, me and my co-host and Seahawks great Brandon Meebane talk Seahawks. We break down the matchups, and we're joined by former Seahawks players.
From Lakewood to Lombardi, Seahawks champion, my main man, Jermaine Kearse.
What up, G?
Watch The Reset live on YouTube or subscribe on the Seattle Sports app.
We've got a style of play no one wants to go up against. Big hits that turn the tides in our favor. Noise that shakes opponents to their core.
That was 112 decibels in that last tackle.
Disruption is in our DNA.
It's intercepted! Seahawks ball! Interception made by Love!
Celebrating 50 seasons of Seahawks football.
Break back, throws it! Touchdown! Touchdown Seahawks!
Visit Seahawks.com/tickets today.
Spike O'Neill here. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK lens gave me back the perfect vision I had up until a few years ago. Now, never need glasses again. Never developed cataracts. Been about 6 months since my RLE surgery. My vision is better than it's ever been in my life. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK lens, privately owned, no corporate shareholders or boardrooms. Dr. Sharp built his business on the principle of always strive to over-accomplish, never overprice. Call 425-451-2020 or go online to sharp-vision.com. That's sharp-vision.com. Official eye care providers of Sounders FC.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. Add a custom quartz countertop, change things up a bit, add some more cabinets, install some cool new features like soft close drawers and sliding shelves, whatever you like. We'll help you to create the new kitchen you'll be proud of. All in about a week, and all with way less mess, hassle, time, and expense than to tear out. Stop waiting. For 18 years, we've been honored to serve thousands of happy customers, and we'd love to serve you. Call today and I'll get one of our pros to come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Seattle's Morning News on KIRO Newsradio.
We speak with CBS financial expert Jill Schlesinger.
Jill, I love the title of your latest blog on JillOnMoney.com. Life insurance, the vegetable of your financial diet.
Yes.
Explain.
Well, I know you'd much rather talk about the carbs and sweets of your financial diet, like investments or all the interests that you're making on your savings accounts. But, you know, when you think about the big risks that are out there in your life, obviously dying at the wrong time is a big risk. And luckily, in this case, we can pay somebody to take that risk off of our shoulders. We can pay a company some money, and that insurance, that you can buy some insurance, and then if something bad happens to you too soon, then you can make sure your family, your household, or whatever obligations you have, that they're taken care of. And so it's one of the few issues, it's like kind of like the only time where you can pay someone to take risk for you in a very efficient way. That's why life insurance makes a lot of sense for many people.
And is there a specific kind you recommend? Because I know there are a bunch of different types of life insurances out there.
Two big categories. One is called term life insurance, which is insurance that stays in place for a certain period of time and then just goes away. And 95% of the people who are listening to this term life insurance is exactly what they need. They buy insurance for when their kids are young or you're small, you're starting your life and you haven't saved a lot of money yet. But as you get older, the kids grow up, maybe they go to college, maybe they're even fully launched, and you've saved money during that period of time so that, 20, 25 years in the future, you don't even need life insurance. So term life insurance, very affordable, especially if you're under the age of 50 and fairly healthy. The other type of insurance is permanent. It stays in place for your entire life. And because of that, because you have coverage for your entire life, it's a much more expensive policy. It has some saving and investing component, but it is only used for a small fraction of people because most people don't need insurance for their entire lives. Maybe you do if there's an estate issue, or maybe you have a small business, or maybe you've got a special needs child, but those are kind of the types who would look at that permanent coverage.
Jill, how does one start shopping for insurance?
I start with the how much do you need, right? And you use a free online calculator. It's a very good one at lifehappens.org. And then you can go to one of these aggregation websites where they compare life insurance quotes from different companies, like a Policy Genius is a good one to check out. And I'm sure that Bankrate has some links to folks. But I think that what you're really trying to do is keep it simple here. How long do I need this coverage? Again, most people don't need it for their entire lives. And what is the most affordable way to purchase it? If you can buy insurance through your company, your company or your organization where you work has the ability to buy extra insurance, that can be a really affordable way to cover you. But just know you have to make sure that you're allowed to take the policy with you if you leave your organization. So it's called portability. It's portable. I can bring it with me to my next job.
My dad, when he died, he left a small policy behind for me. And one of the things I was surprised about during just that confusing time when you have a death of a parent is that life insurance is not taxed when it gets passed to you. Is that typical of all insurance policies, most insurance policies, or what's the best rule of thumb here, Jill?
So it's really good that you asked this. So life insurance is not income taxable to the person who's the beneficiary. It is part of a taxable estate. So if your state where you reside levies a tax upon death, this is part of a taxable estate for the deceased. But life insurance proceeds free from taxation for the beneficiaries.
And where do we find out more? You have your blog, right?
I got the blog, and just make sure you go to jillonmoney.com. And if anyone who has an old insurance policy kicking around, a lot of times we get tons of folks who come on the show, on my podcast and my radio show, who want to know, what should I do with it? Some people, it's sort of like two types who are like, I don't need it anymore. And I'm like, oh, wait, you do. Or the other is like, I want to keep it. And I say, but you don't really need it. So let's see what's out there. And for a lot of people, they feel anxious about insurance because they can be very complex products. So if you have any issue around that or any questions, just get in touch with us.
All right. Nothing like starting the week talking about death. Thank
you, Jill. Yes, baby. Take care.
Thanks for your time. We appreciate it. CBS business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
For your KIRO News Radio forecast, we got some low patchy cloud cover over us, but it'll clear for a mostly sunny afternoon with highs in the low 70s. Right now, it's about 71 in downtown Seattle. Coming up, News Nation reporter Ryan Bass breaks down the big FTC lawsuit against Amazon and what it could mean for the Seattle area tech giant. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Mariners fans, it's time to bring the noise to T-Mobile Park. This lineup is loaded up and locked in from every moonshot.
Now Raleigh obliterates this. How far? Way back there.
to every how in the world did he catch that moment.
Makes the catch! No fly zone in full effect.
Be here as the squad shuts the door and lights the W.
Munoz looking for the final out. Here's the stretch, and the strike three called, and the ball game is over.
This is our house.
They're going crazy here at T-Mobile Park.
Mariners baseball. Try dance up.
Be here this week as the Mariners fight for their spot in the postseason. The action gets started with 3 straight value games against the Rockies tonight through Thursday. Then don't miss a star-studded showdown against Ohtani and the defending World Series champion Dodgers Friday to Sunday. Get your tickets at mariners.com.
Tune in each Tuesday morning for KIRO's Financial Update, sponsored by Madrona Financial. Each Tuesday at 6:45, Charlie Harger talks with CPA Brian Evans about what's going on in the financial world and how that affects you. Get the latest information and updates that impact your ability to navigate these financial times. Charlie and Brian discuss the stock market, retirement planning, interest rates, and anything else that will help you understand what's going on in your financial life. Tune in every Tuesday morning at 6:45.
Hey, it's John Curley with Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. Doc, I heard that 50% of Americans have their lenses replaced by the time they're 75.
That's exactly right, John. As we near 50, our eye's natural lens starts to become dysfunctional. If you've now added readers to your need for glasses and contacts, it's a sign the quality and function of your natural lens is fading, and it's a steady decline towards cataracts.
Don't go another 20 plus years with poor vision, hassling with contacts and readers. Do what I did. Choose a quick, painless refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision RLE and start enjoying great vision now.
Our new lens technology is truly amazing. After replacing over 100,000 lenses, we have the experience to guide each patient to their best solution, even if that's recommending you wait a little while before RLE.
K2 Vision RLE can restore distance and near vision permanently, plus never develop a cataract. Read the reviews and schedule a free Zoom consultation now at K2VisionRLE.com.
When I needed some work done on my roof, there was only one company to call, Valentine Roofing. Hey, it's Jake Skorheim, and when I needed my roof fixed, Valentine Roofing went the extra mile to get there fast. They got my roof looking like new again. The scheduling was seamless and easy. Even though I couldn't be there, they still got the job done and sent me all the details with a link to pictures and video from the service. And let me tell you, if your roof or gutters are not fall ready, if those asphalt shingles are cracking and breaking down from years of moss, which is what happened on my roof, if your gutters are sagging, clogged, or pulling away, you should do what I did and call Valentine Roofing. Don't trust your home to anyone else. Those leaves, needles, and branches will fall, and the rain will come. But fortunately, Valentine makes knocking out that fall checklist stress-free. They'll even insulate your attic and clean the exterior of your home. And with zero-down financing for most projects, you can get the work done now and pay over time. This fall, give your home the Valentine it deserves. Check them out online at valentineroof.com or call 206-ROOFING and get your free estimate today. That's 206-ROOFING.
Your local volunteer fire department routinely answers the call, whether it be a fire, traffic accident, or a cat stuck in a tree. But because of declines in memberships, departments have become understaffed. Your local volunteer fire department desperately needs you. Can you direct traffic, install a smoke alarm, help at a fundraiser? No matter what skills you have, you can make a difference. You don't have to fight fire to be a volunteer. Will you answer the call? For more information on how you can help, visit the Volunteer Firefighter Alliance at supportvfa.org.
Homes are sitting, but the bottleneck is about to break. Set yourself up for success by working with a team that doesn't just set up your listings and let it sit. The Novak team creates a marketing strategy that's hands down proven successful. Mike sold over 1,500 homes and guarantees to sell your home in 21 days. If Mike doesn't get your home under contract within 21 days, he sells it for free. That is no commission for Mike. Go to meetthenovaks.com. That's meetthenovaks, NOVAKS.com.
Tune in to The Money Professor with Chris Longworth.
Having some certainty about your plan is definitely going to give you all the advantages.
Chris has the heart of an educator.
If you really want to do this correctly, then you get to enjoy every day of retirement like it's a Saturday. And if you don't, it's a Monday for the rest of your life.
Tune in to The Money Professor with Chris Longworth, Saturdays at 8 a.m. right here on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Upgrade your home comfort and save 20% during the Bob's Heating preseason furnace sale. With great savings plus free financing on heat pumps, water heaters, generators, and more, our award-winning team has what you need to stay cozy this chilly season at a cost you're comfortable with. Voted best in the Pacific Northwest, we're honored to be your dedicated home comfort company since 1957. Call Bob's and save today.
Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call Bob.
You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it hard to fight flu, pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Lori here from Guardian Roofing, Gutters, and Insulation. I'm here with good news. Protecting your home has never been easier, thanks to our flexible financing options that can fit any budget. With Guardian's acclaimed services, you can upgrade or repair your roof, gutters, attic insulation, and even prevent moss without straining your wallet. Plus, it's all backed by our Guardian Guarantee. Why wait? Start guarding your home today. Call to hear about our flexible financing options or visit guardianroofing.com.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. President Trump will address the United Nations General Assembly today for the first time since returning to the White House. While he's at the UN, he'll have to deal with the decision of multiple U.S. allies to recognize a Palestinian state. CBS's Nancy Cordes is at the UN.
President Trump will be coming into his meetings here at the UN today in the distinct minority on this issue. About 3/4 of the roughly 200 UN member countries have now recognized a Palestinian state, including Britain, Canada, Australia, Portugal. Just yesterday, France joined their ranks as well. And the shift comes during a new Israeli ground incursion in Gaza City.
Here in Washington, the 13-year-old boy from Pierce County, where prosecutors say was planning to have a mass shooting, will remain in custody at least for now. He's been in custody since his arrest on September 6. Judge Joseph Evans ruled he would remain in custody until plans are made for his education, around-the-clock monitoring, and counseling. Here's Pierce County Sheriff's Deputy Carly Capetto.
We have not been able to determine what he had planned for his target. However, enough evidence has been collected to indicate we had stopped something very significant.
23 guns as well as ammunition were taken from the home. Judge Evans says he will reconsider electronic home monitoring in 2 weeks. Seattle Mayor Bruce Harrell has unveiled a $15 million plan to help curb gun violence.
One life lost or one person shot is too many.
Harrell made the announcement in front of Garfield High School, where a student was shot and killed last year trying to break up a fight. The money would be available to community-based providers to help support those directly affected by gun violence. And today, Harrell will unveil his 2026 budget proposal targeting the city's toughest challenges. Harrell says to expect major investments, including $349 million for affordable housing, $40 million to boost public safety and behavioral health, and $52 million to expand food access. The press conference begins at 9 this morning. And the Seattle Mariners are on the verge of winning the AL West for the first time since 2001 after sweeping the Astros in Houston over the weekend. ESPN's Carl Zravik called the game Sunday night, including Cal Raleigh's 58th homer, and he tells 710 Seattle Sports.
So this is such an aberrational season that way for him because I think his previous high was 34. We're going to hit 60.
The Mariners have a chance to clinch a postseason berth tonight and possibly win the division as early as tomorrow. Now for your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. Tacoma to Seattle, about 27 right now. Puyallup to Renton, 19 minutes. Everett to Bellevue, about 27. Marysville to Seattle, about 35. For your forecast, patchy fog, then mostly cloudy skies today. Highs will be in the low 70s. Right now, it's about 51 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio Northwest News. News matters. Experience counts. You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Seattle-based Amazon is heading to court this week over allegations the company made it too difficult for Amazon Prime members to cancel subscriptions.
The Federal Trade Commission is filing the lawsuit against the tech giant, and covering this story for News Nation is reporter Ryan Bass. Spell out the case for us, Ryan.
So basically, Amazon's being accused of duping people into signing up and making it hard to cancel
their Prime subscription. So this is a lawsuit basically from the Federal Trade Commission that argues that Amazon used these confusing design tactics to push as many as 40 million people into signing up and then making it basically a nightmare to cancel. Remember, more than 200 million people subscribe to Amazon Prime. It's the world's largest paid subscription program. Regulators say that Prime could take 4 pages, 15 steps to cancel, that there's an internal cancellation codename process. And basically, they're pushing for fines, refunds, a permanent ban on those tactics. And this matters. Prime members drive 3/4 of Amazon sales, and they spend about twice as much as non-members. Now, Amazon has come out and says Prime is clear. Customers know what they're signing up for. But a pretrial judge may have actually helped set the tone, ruling last week that Amazon broke federal law by collecting billing info too soon before disclosing those key payment terms. So jurors will have to decide if customers really consented and if cancellation was fair.
And Ryan, this just comes as it is so darn difficult to cancel so many of the subscription services we get online. They make it super easy to sign up, but when you try to hit cancel, it just doesn't happen. I mean, could this have a add-on effect with these other subscription services as well?
I mean, you're telling me I've got 2 gym memberships that you got to jump through hoops to try and cancel, right? And I don't go to either gym, but I got to go there to try and cancel them. They make it so incredibly difficult. But yes, this could actually set a pretty big precedent here. Let's just say the FTC wins. Not only could Amazon face fines and refund customers, and then there be new rules for signing up and canceling Prime, but this case goes well beyond that. Tech giant, we could potentially see big changes to subscription models across industries. We're talking from streaming to software that would make it less confusing in terms of the sign up and easier for cancellation. So we're not there yet, but obviously if the FTC comes across the finish line and wins this lawsuit, there could be big changes on the horizon.
Is this expected to be a long, drawn-out case?
It's supposed to start today in court. This could be about 3 weeks, but obviously, if there isn't any sort of stay or push for pushing this trial back, then obviously this could be a longer process. But given what we saw from this pretrial judge's ruling, I think it could potentially be a quick trial. But again, Amazon, claims there's no wrongdoing here. They say that they're very clear in their details for signing up and canceling Prime. So we'll see who ends up coming out on top in this lawsuit.
Okay, well, it's time for my semi-regular life pro tip, Ryan, and that is if you have one of these online subscriptions and it's almost impossible to find how to cancel it, change your address to say you live in California. Because in California, there's actually laws on the books that you have to be able to click in basically one click in order to get rid of the subscription, to cancel it, whereas they don't have to offer that in the rest of the country. So
well, isn't that sneaky, Charlie?
So if you change it to California, magically what appears is a very easy cancellation button. That's my pro tip for you, Ryan.
Charlie, you're teaching me something. I live in Florida, so as far away from California as I can get, but I might be taking you up on that offer.
All right, News Nation's Ryan Bass joining us. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
Coming up, we'll have national headlines. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Hey, that energy, that sensation we're all feeling right now, that's playoff fever.
Let's just talk about these Mariners.
They're the talk of the town.
They've won 14 of 15 games.
Can we just talk about that catch by Robles?
A season-saving catch by Victor Robles.
KIRO News Radio has all the Mariners buzz.
It's just kind of unbelievable.
And our partner Seattle Sports has the games. Listen free on the Seattle Sports app.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nia Hargeris with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. As parents, we want our children to grow up healthy and strong. That means helping teens take responsibility for their health as they become young adults. One way to do that is to make sure they have one-on-one time with their pediatrician. That helps them become comfortable talking about any health issue with their doctors and with you. So make sure to give your teen a voice. It's good for their health. For more on teen health, visit healthychildren.org.
Hey, Spike O'Neill here with Dr. Matthew Sharp, owner of Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens. Dr. Sharp, I keep getting questions from our listeners. When's the right time to have this procedure? My eyes are changing. Should I wait until they're done changing?
Well, I always tell patients, do it now. Don't wait. Whatever age you are, and that's part of the mission of Sharp Vision, is that whatever age you are, whatever prescription you have, we try to find a procedure that works for you. When you're young, LASIK and PRK are great procedures. As we get older, the refractive lens exchange becomes more appealing because that can fix whatever glasses prescription, whether you're farsighted, nearsighted, or have astigmatism, and it fixes it permanently so you don't develop cataracts, and it allows you to see near without glasses.
Do what I did. Schedule a consultation to learn everything you need to know from the best Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens. 425-451-2020 or go online to sharp-vision.com. That's sharp with an E-vision.com.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Mom, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotion. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. Consequently, they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Dial pound 250 and say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Flace with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. If you own firearms, it's your responsibility to make sure they're always stored safely. Hiding them in a closet or drawer is not enough. Kids know where they are. Research shows the risk of injury and death is lower if guns are stored unloaded and locked up, with the ammunition locked in a separate place. This is important when children are young, as well as when they grow into teenagers. For more, talk with your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.org.
CBS News Brief: pushback from doctors and advocacy groups after President Trump's announcement on pregnant women and pain relievers.
They are strongly recommending that women limit Tylenol use during pregnancy.
Board-certified internal medicine physician Dr. Shoshana Ungerleider.
You are not going to cause your child to have autism by taking Tylenol. You deserve science-based guidance and not fear-mongering.
Less than a week after he was suspended for comments about Charlie Kirk's assassination, Jimmy Kimmel returns to his late-night show tonight. The Washington Post media reporter Scott Nover.
Disney was under pressure not just from conservative critics, but from the companies that own their local stations.
Another mess today at airports, this time in Copenhagen and Oslo. CBS's Vicky Barker.
Danish police saying the drones were likely flown by a, quote, capable actor. Neither confirming nor denying that those actors might be Russian.
Kremlin denies it. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
For your KIRO News Radio forecast, patchy fog this morning, then mostly sunny skies later today. Highs will be in the 70s. Right now, it's about 51 in downtown Seattle. Coming up, crime and punishment, our weekly check-in with Casey McNerthy at the King County Prosecutor's Office, including an explanation on why the man suspected of assaulting a 5-year-old girl was released from custody just last week. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build